If you think Redondo Beach is just some sleepy beach town, you really need to look at what's happened over the last 48 hours. I mean, seriously, it is a total transformation of the local landscape.
Absolutely. It is not just headlines.
Right.
We are watching a textbook case of urban evolution play out in real time.
Yeah, and for this deep dive, our mission is to unpack this massive collision we are seeing. We've got these huge new mixed-use developments, some honestly heartbreaking closures of legacy spots, and then this sudden wave of boutique wellness culture moving in.
It is a lot to process, and I think the best way to frame this for you listening is to view it as the ultimate tension between economic necessity, which usually means density, and community nostalgia.
Yeah, let's get right into the economic necessity part, because the biggest shocker hit on February 19th. That is when reports confirmed the city council actually approved the Navisi Living Project back on the 17th.
Right, at PCH and Pearl Street.
Exactly. A 4-story structure with 49 residential units. And how they got this approved is wild.
Well, they used the state-mandated density bonus. So the developer, Redondo Seaside Living LLC, they reserved 8 of those units for very low-income households.
Which basically gives them a golden ticket to override standard zoning limits, right?
Precisely. It lets them bypass those usual height and density caps. And the developer, Bernarciel Agarwal, made a very specific argument for this. He said the 17,000 square feet of ground floor commercial space is their fiscal anchor.
Basically, the commercial rent subsidizes the affordable housing.
That is the idea, yes.
But, not everyone is buying that trade-off. We saw heavy pushback from residents like Carolyn Hardy. She brought up a very real point about traffic congestion, specifically at PCH and Ruby Street.
That intersection is already notoriously difficult, and that friction between rapid development and lagging infrastructure is really the central conflict of the entire region right now.
It is, and it brings us to the more poignant transitions from the last 30 hours or so. Because while these new giant buildings go up, some absolute legends are closing down.
The legacy contraction trend.
Yeah, and this one hurts. Ragin' Cajun Cafe announced they are officially closing on March 1st, 2026.
Wow, 32 years in the South Bay. Started in Hermosa in '92.
It really feels like the end of an era.
It does, but it fits a broader pattern, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Look at Combat Garage. That Avenue D Jiu-Jitsu Center just closed after 21 years.
Even the corporate guys aren't immune.
Right. Pete's Coffee is closing branches in both Redondo and Manhattan Beach. They cited long-term growth priorities, but really it is high overhead forcing established brands out and completely changing the texture of the city.
But the Chamber of Commerce is actually reporting a counterwave. It is not just empty storefronts.
No, there is a huge revitalization happening. It's just pivoting toward retro retail and wellness.
Oh, the retro retail?
Yeah.
Confirmed on February 20th, Hot Dog on a Stick is reopening at the pier.
Which is a brilliant strategic move for tourism. It hits that nostalgic sweet spot perfectly.
Totally. But then away from the pier, it is all these highly specific, experience-based businesses, new entrants like Keith's Keep and Shape, New Mom School, and these high-end aesthetic places.
Places like DermFX and at Fashion Fair. Yes, it is a fascinating shift.
And even the food scene is playing a different game now. Eat Fantastic is this new burger chain on PCH, and they put up this massive mural of Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts just to drive foot traffic.
It is all about the attention economy now. Yeah. So if we synthesize all of this, Redondo is clearly pivoting from general retail and standard dining to a very specific mix. High-density housing paired with hyper-specialized lifestyle services.
Yeah, you really nailed it. And as we wrap up this deep dive, here is a provocative thought for you to chew on. As we swap out our familiar local hangouts for medical aesthetics and density bonuses, are we still building a city for the residents who live here, or are we just creating a highly efficient campus for consumers?
That is exactly the question we need to be asking. I highly encourage you to keep a close watch on the PCH corridor in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We will see you next time.